And that's why I love this industry so much. It's all about opportunity, and there's so many out there. These dudes are all coming from Queens, New York.
Yep. Overseas.
Yeah, overseas. We got people from Palestine, Bosnia,
Right.
Haiti.
I don't have any time to relax with these two jobs that I have to work because I have an apartment and a daughter and responsibilities.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Life.
Yeah.
Exactly. Stay consistent. Be your own self, and you'll definitely go somewhere.
How'd you get passionate about it? What was the initial spark that made you want to do it?
Studio 13X Unplugged Convo.
Welcome back to Convo's Unplugged. My name's Cam,
I'm Chase.
And I'm Gaige.
and this is Studio 13X. We're located in Effingham, Illinois. If you have any musical needs, podcast needs, video needs, we're your people.
Yes, sir. But today we're here with Gaige. What's your last name, Gaige?
Schlotzer.
Schlonser.
Yeah.
I probably butchered that.
No, I'm glad I said
right.
it first so like you didn't butcher
Right.
it the first time.
Yeah.
'Cause honestly, that's how people would.
Right.
I've
And
heard it all.
you've been doing radio hosting? Is that what you're focusing
Yeah,
on?
so really, I'm a broadcast student is what you would consider it at the college in Mattoon, Lakeland College.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a radio DJ sometime every Tuesday and Thursday, so it's like kind of just made into our day a little bit while we're there. I've been there for a semester and a half now. We just got off spring break, so that marks like the half mark of this last semester. Yeah, and it's just like being a radio DJ's kind of just become regular. It's just like an hour long, or my show's 2 hours right now on Tuesdays.
So what will you be talking about on your show?
Oh,
Anything?
not really necessarily anything. Like I'll throw in some community stuff every now and then, maybe a little bit of Lakeland because it is a college radio station.
Right.
I like to associate it every now and then, but right now it's been NFL free agency. Mainly though, I'm just trying to keep people entertained with the Illinois sports, like just really anything within the however long Illinois is, like from Chicago all the way down to like Cicero, I think is what we've covered so far. And I mean, and it's not really just radioing, honestly. I've learned a lot so far I wrote news. I think like the biggest thing I've probably done has been broadcasting the games for sure. Like I broadcast Lakeland's basketball games, women's and men's. And then we're about to start baseball and softball. And then I did Sullivan Oak Valley's varsity football over the fall. And yeah, that was overall my favorite. Football's always been my sport. And ever since I couldn't play, I've been wanting to call it. And that's been like the vision ever since I stopped playing was to go into this field. And I think honestly it's been going great so far.
Hell yeah.
It's definitely lit for sure though, especially like a few years ago, y'all told me we'd be doing this right now. I'd be like, shit.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You never know where life will take you.
for real though, because like I'd say like 4 years ago, I was on my ass like no other. Like my mom was always on me. Like Cam probably heard some shit. Like he worked with my mom for a while, so he probably definitely heard the worst of it.
I worked with your mom for like over a year. That's how we met.
Yeah, facts. So like, honestly, it's definitely been a good change for real, and I definitely see it in the future, especially these next few years.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, you don't see many people doing what you're doing.
See, okay, yeah, around here, yeah. Now when like if I do end up upgrading into the industry, it does become a little bit of competitiveness, especially in the national aspect of it. Now in the littler markets, no, you don't see it a lot, especially with the sports broadcasting with local. Or, like I wouldn't even say like Effingham is too big because, I mean, Greg Sapp's been doing their games for a while, but like even Shelbyville, Mattoon, they've always been struggling with Mattoon, they've had a guy, but Shelbyville, they've always struggled to get games broadcasted on radio all the time. So
yeah, see, I didn't know any of that.
Right.
yeah, right. I mean, and it's crazy because like not a lot of people like are in our age range will listen to the radio often. Like I mean, people play it every now and then on their way to work or something, or when their phone's dead. But like, I mean, I'm pretty guilty of that too. I'm ox all the time. So.
Right.
Yeah.
But when
This
I
is
hear
really
things like
nowadays.
that, it's like, what could we do to combine that old school radio with the new world? You know,
No,
like,
right,
how
and-
can we bring it to the people in the way that they can accept it in 2024?
Right,
you know?
and that's my negative with the industry that I want to go into. It's just like a lot of people are closed-minded when it comes to it, so they'll look up on Google what an average broadcaster will make, and it says 40 grand, and they're like, oh, I'm not content with that. I'd have to work a second job. But you're not thinking outside the box. You're just thinking, oh, I'm gonna go into simple market radio and broadcast games and just work on the radio. Which, I mean, necessarily, I'm not gonna say that's bad, but at the same time, if you want more, go for more. Especially in this industry, you can't be shy and you gotta be creative.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's really not even in the industry because, I mean, I would say it falls under entertainment too. You just gotta keep the people entertained. And
Exactly. I mean, it's the
Everything's
same
always
thing as
changing.
a podcast, you know, and like in
exactly.
General.
The literal
Right.
terms.
Right, yeah, and it's just a live podcast at the end of the day. And
exactly.
even
A
though we're
stream,
broadcasting
just
a
like-
game, like it'll usually be me and another person, but I've done games by myself, and honestly, doing a game with another person that knows what they're doing is honestly the best feeling.
Yeah.
It just makes you feel. It definitely gets me excited for the future because around here, you guys are right. You don't see a lot of people who are very super passionate about it, like I am, especially
Right.
about like certain things like broadcasting sports.
So how'd you get passionate about it? What was the initial spark that made you want to do it?
Ever since I was like, I would say 7 or 8 years old, probably, like, I've just been in love with football. Like, the
Right.
Chicago Bears, NFL, not necessarily college, but, I mean, I watch it nowadays now that I'm older and I understand it a little more.
Right.
But, yeah, ever since I've been getting older, like, I played football from, like, 4th grade to my freshman year in high school. And I moved to Effingham and I stopped playing. And so then I was just like, what can I do to involve myself with this, but like love it at the same time? Because like I didn't want to go into the NFL just to be some like ball boy or a cameraman or something. Because like,
Right.
I mean, that's cool, but it's cheesy. Like just
Right.
because I like the NFL, like you can like the NFL and not want to work in it too.
Yeah.
But I would probably say definitely watching football as a kid and just seeing like where most of the people go nowadays, like job and career wise. I just kind of wanted to think a little bit out the box. And so I started just kind of mixing that with what I was passionate about, and this came up. And I graduated high school at Pathways, and they're a connection to Lakeland.
Right.
So I had this, her name is Lisa. She was like kind of a counselor, I would honestly consider her. She hooked me up with Lakeland, and I told her what I was really passionate about. She hooked me up with scholarships, and honestly, that's been the story ever since. She introduced me to the teachers, all that. So.
And now you're calling on the radio and games every week, right?
I wouldn't say weekly, but definitely I probably do 2 to 3 games a month for sure.
Decent.
For sure, and it could be more, it could be less. Honestly, we've got a few people who broadcast play-by-play because that's usually what I am. Now for baseball and softball, I think I'm going to start doing a little bit. So the two are color commentator and then a play-by-play announcer.
Okay.
So the play-by-play, you're going to hear talking the most, and then the color commentator is more keeping statistics and chiming in with like statistics or information from previous games.
Right.
It honestly all varies on what the personality of the person is, because I've had color commentators who are really quiet and shy but keep good stats, and I've had some who do both. So
Right.
and honestly, it's a great experience to do both, honestly, and that's why I'm taking the time during my least favorite sport to broadcast to do the color commentating.
There you go.
Because basketball and baseball, they definitely, I love doing basketball and I wouldn't mind doing it in the future, especially at the D1 or pro level. But football, yeah, it definitely has my eye for now.
Right.
Especially with Sullivan, they're like 2 schools they combine co-op. They're a co-op with Ocala Valley.
Gotcha.
A school like 10 minutes of Shelbyville, close to Shelbyville. And they had they had been very bad. Like, they didn't even have a varsity team a few years ago.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and like I didn't know about Sullivan until I came to Lakeland. So they didn't have a varsity team a few years back. I start broadcasting their games, and they have a really good season, like really like out of the blue. Like, they had a good year last year, but this year really just showed how much they've been working. And I just ran along with it. I was like, hey, y'all are having a good year. I'm having a good year. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
Honestly, I just threw it all together. I was trying to get them on the radio, but I never ended up getting that. But I did get an interview with a couple of guys. And, honestly, yeah, it was probably one of the more better experience I've had. They went to a playoff game. They actually hosted a playoff game in Sullivan that I called. And
They win?
they did. They won and went to Mount Carmel and lost to this quarterback who committed to Illinois.
Damn.
Yeah, he's raw too.
That's
like
cold.
Effingham
That's
took him to double
You called that
overtime.
game?
Oh, I didn't call the Mount Carmel game, but I called the Clinton game that they had, and that was a little bit of controversial because the starting quarterback for the opposite team had gotten suspended from the previous game for breaking up a fight, and he ran on the field without his helmet on, so they suspended him. Yeah, I threw a post up on my Instagram about it. I was rooting for Sullivan, but like it was kind of outrageous a little bit. Just like let the kid play, and I'm pretty sure he was a senior too. So like,
Oh man.
those are ones that,
Terrible.
and you see your team lose like that. Like he was on the sidelines, almost playing coach at the end
Oh,
of the
I
day. Like he
bet.
was just
Yeah.
sitting there up and down, screaming, yelling, just supporting his
Dude, I
teammates.
couldn't
And then,
imagine.
That'd be
oh yeah,
terrible.
no, it was definitely. a
All
rough
because he
feeling.
broke up a fight. Like,
Oh, yeah, I
that's
know, and-
crazy.
And then they played Sullivan really well, actually, for having a backup.
Right.
But they ended up coming up short, and Sullivan advanced. And then they went to play Mount Carmel. And I can't remember the score because I didn't call the game. But, no, it was definitely a good ride, and I'm definitely going to be there for next season. So.
Hell yeah.
And
That's
they
awesome.
and they all follow my Instagram page that I post all these Illinois sports stuff on. So, like, they're definitely in tune with it all. And
Right.
I definitely feel like I've gotten closer with the team, too, which they're all younger guys. I think all the guys that I really was interviewing and staying topic with were juniors, so I had them coming back this next year.
Yes.
And
So
all
you'll
like
be-
the quarterback was a junior, the running back was a junior.
That's next level.
Right. So, like, it just really fit perfect, honestly.
Right. That's dope.
But, honestly, doing the basketball, that just hits different because it's college. Like,
Right.
I'm calling a college basketball right now. Yeah, it's JUCO, but like, dude, these dudes are all coming from Queens, New York.
Yep.
Uh,
Overseas.
Yeah, overseas. We got people from Palestine, Bosnia,
Right.
Haiti.
There's
Mhm.
people that, like multiple people that I know that have played at Lakeland that either play overseas or have played
D1.
D1. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's honestly crazy because I was talking to, I have a couple classes with some athletes that play basketball there, and they were giving me a little bit of a scoop, and they have a guy who has connects in like Dubai,
Yeah.
like
That's
to get
crazy.
basketball.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Definitely.
like I was talking to one of my guys that are in one of my first classes in the morning, and he was just telling me some of the pros he's hooped with, and I'm just like, man, and you're here, like it's crazy,
Right.
like because, and it just shows how much they love the game and how much they want to play it because like these guys, some of these guys are like almost aging out, like these guys
Right.
21, 20, 22, like, I mean, yeah, it's a good thing you're there, but like, shout out my guy Ty, by the way.
I do.
But he's from Queens, New York. One of my guys, Ty, and he honestly, his stories. He was telling. We actually did an interviews today in class, and he was just telling his story about his basketball career, and it is crazy how some of these guys get to Lakeland.
Right.
And I would love to hear some of the guys like from Palestine and Bosnia how they got to Lakeland because some of them went to high school in America, but there were a couple guys who just came straight off the plane, like.
Yeah.
It
And
also
they-
shows you how competitive college basketball is, because
Even
that's a
at the
JUCO,
lower-
and
oh,
it's
yeah.
like you're getting people from across
And
the world.
people like to talk a lot, like, down on Lakeland men's basketball, but at the end of the day, Lakeland's in one of the toughest conferences in the nation when it comes to
Right.
the NJCAA. And same with their women's basketball, and like all their sports programs are in the same conference, and I'm pretty sure any other team would vouch for them as well. Like, it's a hard conference to play in. It's a hard conference to win in.
Right.
But the women's team, actually, the women's basketball team, they went and played in Springfield last weekend, and they lost. But they're moving on to the national tournament because of some things they achieved over the regular season. So they'll be playing for a national championship in
That's
Joplin, Missouri,
Hell yeah.
next week. Yeah, and they want. I don't know if you guys know, but I don't want to say Kendall. Her last name was Fearday, though.
Carson?
Carson Fearday. Yeah, my sister plays with her younger sister. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
But Carson, and then there was another girl, Abigail Weiss. Yeah, they won a national championship there, and that was
they're
crazy.
They're both ballers. I think they both play at
Maryville. Yeah, I'm not 100%, but yeah, I'm almost for certain they both do. And,
Right.
Yeah, they're ballers.
No, and I love calling women's and men's basketball, honestly, and I love how the women's basketball scene, especially nationally, is coming alive with like Caitlin Clark and that the whole feud last year with South Carolina and the LSU. Like, I love how it's coming to a national viewpoint for sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Very progressive. So what's next for you? You said you've been calling games. You've been doing a little of both parts, the color and what was the other?
Play-by-play.
Play-by-play. Yeah.
What
are you wanting to do within the next 2 or 3 years with it?
So I'll be at Lakeland the next 2 semesters for sure. I'll graduate in 2025 from Lakeland. Then I hope to transfer to a university. Honestly, I'm shooting for the stars with this one, but the U of I or Northwestern are my top 2. But if I do get into either of those 2, I'd probably end up getting a smaller radio job in a bigger market, because Champaign and Chicago both larger markets than where we're at right now, and
Right.
it would honestly be great to do the university life and then just have a job in radio, just to like have that experience just speaking on air in general, because sooner or later I'd like to move to a TV commentator, but if I was wanted in the pros as a radio commentator, 100% take it. Or even D1 college, basketball, football, 100%. It's just, and that's why I love this industry so much. It's all about opportunity, and there's so many out there. Like, we got a little bulletin board in the college of like little radio jobs around here. There's probably like, I wouldn't say 30, but like 15 to 20 pages, just opportunity. And I'm just like,
Jeez.
just think about what's outside of Illinois for this industry, and it's crazy. And I do want to stay in the smaller market while I'm young, and then if I do end up getting into a bigger market, I just hope it's within the next 15 years for sure. Like, that's
Right.
definitely the main goal.
At least you see the vision.
Right,
You
yeah.
know the path.
Right, yeah.
You
and
know it's
that's
gonna
really
take a minute.
that's really the start. Yeah, you really got to take, and that's the thing about this industry. It's not the fast
Yeah.
lane. It's not, and I'm fine with that. I'm really not. I really am.
That's
But
good though. It's good though.
another thing, at the end of the day, like my end goal, I don't. You guys have probably heard of Cromwell Media Group. Yeah, so like I want to be my own boss at the end of the day. So like.
Right.
Hopefully, if I am calling, it's like broadcasting games at the pro level or college level, wherever I end up, I'll end up starting a media group somewhere either in a larger market, smaller market. Honestly, that's the main thing about this college classes that I've been taking. It's like you got to learn this stuff if you want to go into the industry, because like you're going in blind if you don't. And I mean,
Exactly.
you could have a voice and you can know all you know about like whatever sport or whatever you want to know, but like you just
Knowing the back end.
Yeah, you got to know the back end and the basics for real, because like if you don't know that you got to get a license to own a radio station and you just try to open one up, bam, Like, there's your reputation down right there. Like, that's another big thing, reputation in the industry. Like, you got to keep a good one. And that's definitely what I want to do. And I think Lakeland, it will be a good part of my resume for sure, because they've got a couple of instructors there that are in the broadcast department that are really known around Illinois, and they're pretty good at what they do.
That's dope.
No, yeah, and I'm honest. It's honest. I see it all as a blessing, because, like, I've had bad teachers in the past, like high school, middle school, but, like, college, they say, is a lot more independent, but, like, these guys, they show you that they care and that they're really not just there to get a check, you know, because there are instructors at Lakeland that really just do not care, and you can tell. It's just like, hey, I'm coming to get my paycheck every couple months. Like, all right, man, I get it.
Yep.
But but you can tell who's passionate about what.
I know you said a couple cities, but do you have like a dream city where you want to end up?
I don't want to be lame and say Chicago. Like, if I'm going to pick something other than Chicago.
I'm going to the beach.
The beach?
Yeah.
A lot of people would say the beach. A lot of people I know would say the beach for sure. But honestly, I love the snow. New York. Probably New York City.
Oh, that'd be cold.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Or,
literally,
like, somewhere just...
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of another bigger city that has snow. Not Detroit. Probably not Detroit.
Colorado?
Ooh, yeah. Colorado, Denver area.
Right.
Yeah, I'd mess around there, too. Yeah.
Green Bay.
Yeah, probably not Green Bay. Nah. Definitely not. But, New York for sure, though, because you just see all these, like the movie productions, the TV shows. Honestly, just like the real life, just the landscape of it all is just massive.
Right.
Facts. Damn, you're giving me a lot of perspective on that I did not know.
Well, on the whole broadcast?
Yeah.
Not yet. Honestly, and it's a lot more and I was the same way when I first went into it, because, like, at first I was just thinking, oh man, I'm going to go to college, they're going to get my voice right, and then I'm going to shoot right for the stars instantly. But I've learned in these last 8 months, yeah, no one's going to make it that easy no matter how talented you are. You got to climb a ladder.
Right.
And with the new media, like we were talking about earlier, the podcasts and all that, the new media, like Barstool Sports, you got all these, like even like the betting companies. Like I've seen, I think Jake Paul owns one, Better Picks. They have like a whole warehouse, like, and these Twitch companies Kick, like,
yeah.
A lot of stuff's evolving, and like this degree that I'm going into, it doesn't have to leak into sports. Like, and I'm not just sports. Like, I'm speaking of the radio show. I mention some pop culture every now and then, or I'll throw in just like a song of the day just to be a little fun about it. But I definitely see myself like spider webbing off of sports for sure, just like because there's so many things you could do with a
because I mean sports lead right into music, and music leads right into
exactly and the stuff I'm like the stuff I'm doing every day, all day, you could like take pictures with no caption, no context. I've had so many people ask me, are you going into music? And I'm just like, nope. I can't really explain it because it's something that I do. It's voice tracking. So, and like, I'm tracking my voice for a later on show, because our radio show, it's 24/7. So like,
so you gotta make sure your voice is on.
Yeah. So like Saturday at like 4 a.m. if you were listening to it just randomly, I'd come on after every 2 songs, 3 songs. So it just like it'll show you the voice levels, so that's why people just really leak it into music. But honestly though, like the audio mixers, just really most of the equipment and stuff really all leak in together.
Know the audio engineering a little bit to be able to do it.
Exactly, and honestly, the industry is almost like you got to be creative if you want to be in music, and you got to be creative if you're wanting to go into the field, with broadcasting.
I saw this thing today. It said the more creative you are, the farther you will go.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. You gotta be creative now, especially nowadays. Like, be yourself for sure, but like show a little bit of yourself that you don't show a lot. And low key put a spin on it.
You can even copy. You can do almost the exact same thing. Just do it your own way, and it's different.
Right. Yeah, and if you have your own style that you come up with and that you stick with consistently, oh yeah, people fuck with that. People fuck with that for sure. And you see that not just like in the music or podcast or even broadcast. Like, you see that everywhere. Like, stay consistent, be your own self, and you'll definitely go somewhere. Right. And I mean, it's definitely not all about the fame for sure. Especially with me, like I don't want to be famous. If I got famous, that would be a perk that I would see as a blessing. But like, you'll see some announcers who work for the NFL or who work for ESPN who just aren't as known as the Stephen A. Smiths or Joe Buck or Tony Romo or Tom Brady nowadays. Right. But honestly, and I really don't think that's what it's about. It's really about just doing something that can keep you in this world financially stable, but that also keeps a smile on your face. Yeah. Isn't always pestering at you, poking at your back.
And want to go do what you have to do.
Right. Like I've been working at B-Dubs in Effingham for like I don't want to say 5 years yet because it hasn't been 5 years. I ain't been working there since I was 15. I think I was like just turned 17 when I worked there. So I think it's my 4th or 5th year going on there. And I just, no hate to anybody at B-Dubs or nothing, but like that place sucks. And it's really not even B-Dubs for real. It's just like
having to go work for somebody else. And
exactly. And just doing something else
mission.
That doesn't relate to me at all. Yeah. But like, hey, it pays the bills. Right. Like,
because you got to pay the bills.
And honestly, I don't know. I started it when I was younger. I didn't want to work in a kitchen and cook because I had worked at Taco Bell and Dairy Queen previously. But after a while, I was working like as a cashier, which is basically like I just ran the food out, bust the tables. I mean, you get tips, but like it was like
kind of ass.
Yeah, it was terrible. Right. So I was like, okay, throw me to the kitchen, whatever. And they get paid a little more than the cashiers, and honestly, it's a little bit better. I just cannot. I can't stand going there middle of the day, like at 5 o'clock, and then being there till 1 a.m. That just kills me. Right. Like, I mean, if I was like, you know, doing like research for a game I'm about to do till from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m., I'd probably be a little bit happier than what I would be if I was sitting there cleaning the kitchen at 1:30 in the morning.
That's a perfect way to see it, though, because now you're replacing your time.
Right.
You're
right.
utilizing your time in a better way.
No, yeah, and honestly, that's why I really look at it, this whole college thing, as a blessing, just because, like, I did not want to be at B-Dubs forever, and I don't want to be in Effingham forever. So it's just like, and both of those things kind of will come with the career, hopefully. So, nah, yeah, but nothing against B-Dubs. It's just really the whole aspect of going in and cooking food for everyone that I know in this town and just listening to everyone just scream and yell because they don't like it either. And I'm just like, hey, nobody likes it, but hey, we're all still here.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Y'all decide to show up.
I can never even get mad at work because it's like, bro, if I'm going to get stressed about being stressed about stressing, you know, it's like, what's the point of even getting mad?
Like the one times I'll really only get mad is the fact that like I'm relying on someone else to make my schedule. Right. And that's the whole reason why we couldn't even do that, because like they had me scheduled down after I requested off for a long time, and I'm just like, which they blamed it on the app, which I honestly see as believable, but it's just that stuff right there is just like
that you can't control, that you have to do because that's your likelihood of finances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I can't stand those little like technicalities, bro. I hate those in.
Nah, yeah, that's what I definitely miss about being young, for real, because I was definitely not the best work. Like, when I was like 14 or 15, I did not want to work at all. Right. Even when I was like 16, like, had a car.
Me
like
too,
had a
for
a
real.
car and everything, and I just did not want to work.
I was a terrible worker.
I remember
bro.
I would park my car like there were a couple guys that had did this with me, but I would park my car because my mom had that Life 360 on me till I was probably like 17.
Yeah, I seen that every day at work.
Oh yeah, and she had like tracked my car, and she'd seen that it was at Culver's. That's where I'd worked when I was 15. That was like my first job really. And she had went in and checked for me, and I wasn't there. I had my car parked there with my phone in there.
Yup.
And she figured it out, obviously, because she knows she'll go figure it out no matter what, especially if it's within driving distance.
That's your
And
mom, bro.
oh yeah,
My mom is the same.
and
exact way.
They
she
don't know.
definitely found out. And honestly, I've never been like the most hardworking person when it comes to things that I don't want to do.
Exactly.
Like I'm never the type of guy to like, hey, man up and do it. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna be like, hey, I might just like sit here, look at it, complain, and then do it. But at the same time, I'm just not gonna sit there and look at something I don't want to do and say I want to do it. Because I know that's what most people be doing with some of this stuff.
Right.
Like, hey, I love my job. No, we know you don't. Come on.
Yeah.
Like,
And I feel like it just gets harder the more you find what you want to do in life. Because that's how it is for me. It drives me more crazy each day I go there because I'm sitting there like, we got a checklist of stuff to do for the studio. I want to make music. I want to do this and that. And it's
right,
like,
and
that's-
no, that's the same way with the college. Like, I'll have like a paper due or something, and let's say I'll just do a normal college student
the lightning is
procrastination, and just like hold off a couple days.
Right.
I'll only have so many hours in a day to do that because I'm going to work at 5 till 1 a.m.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm just like, man,
Yeah, that's what I was about to say about us not wanting to work as kids. Now we're workaholics. Like I don't know. Like I know you're a hard worker too.
oh yeah, no, it's been a long
12-hour
time.
days, 10-hour days, like every day.
I mean, today I worked both jobs, and then right when I got off work, came here and started setting up, and
Right, yeah,
But
it's
it's
just
like,
been on
that's
go all day.
a perfect example because I don't have any time to relax with these two jobs that I
Right.
have to work because I have an apartment and a daughter and responsibilities. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like,
Life.
yeah,
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah,
Just like, and honestly,
I was.
B-dubs, it does get in the way for sure. But like, I've been there for a while, and if I really did want to leave, I would.
Right.
But it's just the fact I'm not about to go through school with no job. Like,
Yeah, it's necessary.
It
100%.
definitely
It's a part
is.
of the process.
and if you want any sort of character, you gotta work in the restaurant for a little bit.
right.
Like, or fast food, or just some, like maybe like a movie theater, even if you haven't. Like,
yeah.
just it builds character for sure.
Something to understand that side of
Oh.
My kid's definitely working at Mac Shack. First job. I swear.
No,
My
hey,
mom
that's a
made me
decent
my
job
brother.
nowadays, though. Like,
Facts.
you can't beat it.
it.
And
Yeah, they making bread.
honestly, well, I just love just seeing, like, I'll go to college and see a whole pool of people, and then I'll go to B-dubs and I'll see a whole different pool of people, and that's the one thing I do look at that's good about having a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I've never hated on having the job. Honestly, I've loved having B-dub's job.
Well, connecting with the public is important.
Right, yeah, and that's what I was doing. Which working in the kitchen's not really connecting with them, but
Right, but people know you. And
Oh,
they see
yeah,
you,
no.
And then you go talk, and then
Oh.
it's like, yo, what's up?
oh yeah, no.
Every
And when
time.
I was a cashier, like I formed a whole. This is gonna lead into some crazy shit that y'all are gonna be like, okay, so I was a cashier for like probably the first 3 years I worked. To be the first 2.5 probably, and I would do a lot of sitting and watching because sports head obviously, and there's this group of guys that's always down there, and honestly they're so much older than me, probably 40s, 30s, you know.
So my dad and his friends.
It is. Yes, bro. I'm in a fantasy league with them, bro. Oh,
My
man.
dad was talking about you. I was
Oh
telling
yeah,
him.
yeah. Bro, nah. And honestly, those guys are the best too. They make that job 100 times better. But
Right.
like, and they're always giving me hell too. Just
And that's
about
what my
everything.
dad said. He was
Always.
like, "We're always giving him so
And
much
that's
shit."
the thing. That's the thing about me, and that's the thing why everyone loves. I can take all that hell, and I'll just throw it right out the other ear and just smile right back at you. Like,
Right.
Or I'll make a joke right back at you. It just depends on
and
how I'm
that's what
feeling
it
that day.
takes to pursue your passion.
Right,
That's really
though.
what it
Exactly.
takes.
Like, you got to be able to take somebody telling you something and then either be able to brush it off or come back with like a
Right.
Take it as
an obligated response
take
or
it
like
as
a
lesson.
competent response. you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Just really removing yourself from the emotions you feel about
Oh,
it.
yeah. And they're definitely a part of that pool of people at B-dubs that definitely has got me staying there for that long. Because I wouldn't have been there if I didn't like it. I would
Right.
just say that much. I would have been left.
That's
But
anything in life.
yeah. No, and we just definitely all mesh together, especially with sports. Like, it all combined pretty well. And the funny part is I've been talking to these guys since I was 17, and geez, it feels like they've all grown like 10 years.
Right.
Like, geez, they're all so old, and I'm just 20 years old. I feel like I'm getting older. Like, y'all people, I got gray hair at 20.
Tell me about
like-
baldman shit.
Yeah, bro. I'm waiting for the balding, bro. And
Yeah.
I'm not excited for it.
You've
but-
seen my dad.
Oh, yeah.
I'm probably
yeah.
gonna be bald.
Oh, man. No, that's funny. That's funny.
It is coming though.
Oh, no. Me and him got a bet, though. He'll be paying me real soon once the
Yeah.
76ers don't win the finals for real.
Oh my
He
He's
bet
got
on
so
the
much.
76ers.
Oh, yeah. He's got so much hope in
My man's
Embiid.
living in the AI age still.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was hilarious.
We
I
talked
threw a
about practice.
which I gave him plus 1,100 odds, and he threw it at $20. So I think if he does end up pulling it out, he'd end up pulling out like 240, and I think I win like $20. And then if the Nuggets win the championship, I'll add another 5 onto it. But
Right.
no, and I'm in a little like text chat with him and probably 7 other guys that all hang out there. Oh my goodness, dude! Over football season, some of these guys owed a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like,
They be getting into that.
it was my first year doing it, and I clobbered like rookie of the year to me. I think I owed your dad $10, and then some other dude $5 because there was $5 per game that you put in.
Right.
And honestly, oh yeah, I strived. They didn't expect it. They thought they thought I was a money pit. I know they did. But
Right.
like at the end of the day, you got to come out and prove everybody wrong.
Oh, God.
Always.
Got to. Even if
Always.
it's fantasy with the old fucks.
Oh yeah. No, we got fantasy together
he's the
too. So
commission
like,
in my league.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it'll always be with me. The fantasy football, no matter how big I ever get, if I ever get big, no matter that, all that fantasy stuff will forever be with me.
Home, what, like $800?
That's
Oh
how
yeah,
ours
and
was.
I've already we
1,000?
already added a 9th member, so we're gonna add a 10th, maybe 11th and 12th, and it's gonna stay the same payout. Like everyone's gonna buy in at the same
I
price.
say we do second and third next year.
That's if I
That
do
way
if I
you-
get 12, I'm for sure doing second and third.
Yeah, like
'Cause-
third place you make your money back. Second place you.
If as long as I can
That's
get 10,
how we
I could
did it.
probably do that honestly. Just because honestly, 800 is a
Bad.
decent
That's
amount.
Bad, bro.
Nah, for real.
That hurted me to pay that too.
Oh yeah, no, it
'Cause
hurts
that
me
was
every
the
year.
Day, that was the day of Super Bowl. Whenever I paid that,
I've been the commissioner of that league 2 seasons, and
you lost.
one of my closest friends
Oh,
has won it
yeah,
twice. 2 years in a row.
Gabe Gordon.
Yeah.
Really?
Shout out
I know
Gabe.
Gabe.
Shout out Gabe. Yeah. Winning the chick.
He dubbed it.
Nah, next year though, I'm definitely gonna get a ring for the winner. Plus,
Yeah, we
And I
gotta
think-
do like a initiation for worse.
oh yeah, I was gonna say if we're doing first, second, third, we're gonna do last place. Cause like when you do the last place, it makes that whole consolation bracket, the losers bracket, interesting. Cause like
Right.
you don't want to lose.
Yeah.
And like, oh, there's so many. Like the internet has glorified that last place spot, so there's so many different options you could pick.
Oh,
It's
man.
so out of pocket, but like I love it. It's funny. Which I would never go as far as like a tattoo, but like running around in Walmart with like a lingerie dress on or something would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Or just something so out of pocket. Like I've been seeing some dudes around here, like they would have the loser post like 10 days straight of a TikTok trending dance. And oh my God, I could never, like I'd be trying so hard not to lose.
Right.
Like it would just
I
be
saw
terrible.
one where they had to take a blow up doll out on a date And then they had his girlfriend come in and act like she was all mad at him that he was on a date. Because he's sitting there
it's
with
just
the
the public
blow-up
humiliation
girl.
that
Right.
gets me, though. It's
Yeah.
just like, damn.
It was so funny.
No, I ain't losing.
Oh, and see, that's another thing. TikTok plays a big role in some of the trending shit nowadays.
TikTok's
Like,
about to get
Shit, by
banned.
next football
That's what I've been
season, we
seeing.
gonna have a different thing entirely. We gonna have
LinkedIn, baby.
Oh, yeah. No, and honestly,
I thought you meant a different platform.
the TikTok, like all the trends, like not even like
Right.
the
punishment.
dancing trends, I would say, but like just like the video trends in general. Like me and my brother, we'll sit there and like we'll just die to some of this stuff. Like there are some that are just so out of pocket, but at the same time, TikTok's a pretty useful app if you're looking at it from like a governor's point of view. But I also don't think we should be leaving it up to the people who don't even use
Right.
apps like that at all.
Well, I saw some guy was real mad about it, and he was like, we're coming together as human beings on this app. Like, we're seeing each other face
Right,
to face.
like-
We're seeing the emotion. We're hearing
And
it.
there obviously is going to be haters, but like there are a lot of people who support other TikTokers.
Right.
And I
it's
know
like there I think it was 87% or something of the board voted to ban TikTok. And it was like the most of anything ever before is what they were making it seem like.
And it's
Right.
just like,
And it doesn't
how are you
happen
going
like
to
that.
ban TikTok when these apps like YouTube and
Right.
Instagram are
Same
coming out
thing.
with like shorts
Same
and
thing.
like the videos that they've been having for years now?
But I mean,
And I
what if it
understand,
is
though.
like China? Like, what if it's good for us to be banned?
That's that's what I was gonna say though. Watch them
It's
do this,
funny.
and it like actually like
They have to
upscale of the American youth. I don't know
Maybe.
though, because like
Who
one of my
knows?
teachers.
TikTok in China, it's all like positive.
I mean,
thinking,
I've
like-
never seen TikTok in China though. I've heard people tell stories
True.
about it.
Yeah,
You
I guess
know,
that
Right,
is my
and I mean-
perception of the TikTok that I'm watching.
And I mean,
right?
China, I feel like that's a whole different world over there. Like they're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like probably straight peace. I don't know. I'm not educated on
Right,
China.
neither am
I
I.
shouldn't speak
Who
on
knows?
it.
becoming peace.
Like I don't know. I feel like they're all peaceful,
We had,
peaceful looking people.
We had an artist that,
Right? Like they're pretty
that made
peaceful.
a song with an artist from Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, and honestly, I fuck with Asia. If I was going out of the country, I'd probably go to
I
Asia.
want to go to Japan.
Pink tree, the blossom trees
Yeah.
for sure. The Great
Right.
Wall of China.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what else is in Asia, but definitely Japan for sure. For sure.
Yeah, go play the little like,
And ain't Japan like the biggest city in the world?
bro.
I think it
I
is.
think-
Siri, what's Tokyo, Japan's population?
This just in from Siri.
As of 2024, the population of Tokyo is 14,094,034.
Oh my goodness.
How
Oh,
big in square miles is Tokyo, Japan?
and watch it. It's gonna be like half that.
How many square miles is Tokyo, Japan?
Damn.
Hey,
Siri
how many
sold.
miles is
Siri
Tokyo,
sold.
Japan in.
You're fired.
Yep, I'm fired.
Nah, yeah. What is going on? Siri's tweaking. Nah.
I didn't
Siri.
even ask the right question. How many square miles is Tokyo, Japan?
Tokyo has an area of 847 square miles.
What?
Oh,
Wait, what?
847.
Square? Oh, square.
Isn't that compact? Wouldn't that? I don't know. Maybe
But
I'm just
squared,
confusing myself.
847
Oh,
times
squ-
847. I
Shoot,
think, right?
yeah, I think that may be
No, it's
right.
the square root
No.
of.
Bro, we about to make ourselves look dumb as hell on this podcast trying to figure
Yeah, that I don't know either. I'm not gonna speak on that one either. Just like the China subject, I don't know.
So, you've been talking a lot about when you broadcast. Where can people find that at?
Oh, okay. So yeah, if you are like listening in the car or on the radio, you can listen to 89.9 FM, and then if you are in the range of, because I think Lakeland's range for this radio station is only like 30 miles. So if you're out of range, they stream it online 24/7 at 899themax.com. And there's actually like a GoPro stream that they have set up, so you can actually see the person in there too.
That's dope.
Yeah. No, Tuesdays 3 to 5 are definitely the best times for sure to listen to the radio, just because obviously I'm there. But I mean, you can't miss
You
it.
gotta start playing some Trace Deion, some Steve Nice.
Bro.
Oh god.
If we were alternative, that's the one thing I really dislike about the radio station is that we're alternative rock, and that we really like. I mean, I think we have a jazz hour,
Trace
80s hour.
alternative rock.
You got some alternative, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I could probably get you put on for real if like you
Say
could.
less.
If you like, I don't know the definition of alternative or what can
Right.
be considered, but like if you can get it to where you like think it's alternative rock, I
We
could.
could have Trey like really diagnose the genre of the songs.
I
Right,
feel like we've got a few that would definitely be labeled
shit,
alternative
bro. Throw them
rock.
on a hard drive. Yeah, I could probably
Say
I could
less.
get them on for real. Like
Yeah.
I mean, we have students all like there are a couple pretty like music influenced students that they'll come in and they'll burn CDs onto the stuff like and they'll put it in the system.
That's dope.
And yeah, honestly, and once your song's in the system, it'll randomly play like every other hour.
Really?
Not necessarily every other
Right.
hour, but like it'll probably play like so they all separate like the playlist will separate into every like each hour because there's a new DJ most of the time every hour. So I would say in a day you may hear your song twice max.
That would
But
be
in a
so
day,
cool though.
no, right? And
Yeah.
I mean that's the thing with the system though, because like we don't have anyone picking the songs; it's automated. So
Right.
like it's not gonna duplicate the song a lot, but
Yeah.
not. And if there's a decent amount in there,
Right.
and I know for a fact he would let me put yours on because they put one of these students' music in there, and he put like a love song about us. Like I'm not gonna go too far with that. I'm not gonna say too much, but he put his like a little love song on there, and yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's got a bunch of music on there, so I know for sure I'd be able to throw something on there.
We
Right.
could definitely hook you up.
Oh yeah,
Say
for
less.
real though.
Nah, I'll definitely
That would
send
be
you something
lit.
to check out.
Nah, that would be lit
That would
because
be so cool.
honestly that's one thing I don't like about being on the radios because like every time when I'm not talking, I'm listening to some music like that my dad listens to.
Right.
Like and they literally like some of the promos that we make. Yeah, this is divorced dad music. Like for real though, because
Right.
it is.
Yeah.
Like come on now.
Yo, y'all
Hey.
gotta chill on the radio.
Hey, yeah, nah, we do be wilding a little bit. I
you
will say
got
that.
to. You got
for real
to.
though, you got to stand out a little bit, especially in a college radio. Because I want to say every college has one, but I mean EIU they have a TV station, and
Yeah,
they're a
I see that.
PBS affiliate. Like,
Damn.
yeah, I didn't know that until I went to Lakeland, but that's crazy. But
Right.
we don't have a TV station, but it would be lit if we did. But we have we got these big cameras that you would see on like a TV set, like, and it's decent. I honestly wish I had I don't know why I just looked for my backpack, but if I had it, I just got a little opportunity. I took down his email. They're shooting a movie, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but they're shooting a movie in Edgewood, Vandalia, and Marshall area.
Huh.
And it's like I think it's a Chicago filmer, and he's making I think it said something about, like, it's not going to be a huge Hollywood produced movie, but like, I don't know what the name of, like, he named it a specific type of movie, but it's
Right.
going to be decent. They want like production help, and
That shit's always like.
oh
that's
yeah,
so cool.
and to connect with some people like that, I might even just try it out. And it's like in May, so I got some time to think about it, and then you don't have to be there every day. But like my instructor was telling me it could be like for anything from like picking up coffee to like camera work, honestly, because I haven't done a lot of camera work yet, like the production part of things. But like we did like a mock news show my first semester as like the final, and you would basically like rotate out, so you'd be the anchor, the interviewer, and then you would switch in from like the production manager to like working the sound, and then you'd work the cameras. So like, I mean, and like Greg, my instructor, Greg, he'll throw me an opportunity when he finds one. Like, he was asking us before we went on spring or winter break if we wanted to do some camera work for ESPN Plus, because all EIU's games.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because nowadays every D1 school is on ESPN. No matter how little the town they're in is, like, they're going to be on ESPN, whether it's ESPN, the actual TV channel, or the app, ESPN Plus, yeah. No, and it's honestly dope, some of the opportunities you see, even if I don't, because I'm not a second year student. That's where you're like almost looked at as a superior. So like, I won't really fight for the opportunities as much because I know they're coming again next year. Or there'll be something related to that. But
Right. Well, even you're doing things that are outside of that realm, so you.
Right. No. And honestly, no. Like the college has been super helpful. Like we took a trip to Normal, Illinois. I don't know what city that's by, Bloomington or Peoria, one of the two.
Bloomington.
Yeah. We went to a hotel there, and there was a whole conference, like Illinois Broadcasters Association. Mm-hmm. And for the second year students, they do like awards and stuff. It was dope. And like I connected with the manager of NBC Sports Chicago. So like the news station that like airs White Sox baseball on TV, Bulls basketball on TV, and like I'm constantly watching it. So like I was like, nice to meet you. Like, how's it going? And it was a cool guy because he had started out as a traffic person, so like working commercials and moved his way up. And I mean, honestly, if the sports broadcasting doesn't work out, like that's definitely something to look into for real. Like working at a TV station, because just in general, that would just be sick.
Just being in the realm,
Right, of entertainment, and just being up there with it.
What would you say your actual passion about it is? Like, do you like talking? I mean, that's a weird way to, but you know what I mean? Like,
dude, I've been told ever since I was a kid, like, you don't shut up, or like even nowadays, like I'll be on the video game talking shit to my buddy. You never stop yapping. Quit yapping. I can't play with you. You're always yapping.
Certified yapper.
Yeah, and I'm just like, hey man, this yapping is gonna get me somewhere someday.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Hey,
that's I
what
posted
you gotta
this
do.
post, like one of my like guys that I followed from TikTok. Actually, it's funny. We talked about that earlier. He's a younger broadcaster for the Clippers on the Clippers radio.
Hell yeah.
And like he posts a lot of stuff on TikTok, like day in the lives and stuff. And he posted an Instagram today that said certified yapper. And I was just like, I gotta throw that on the story, and I did. And honestly, it's gonna stick because I've been told ever since, like I was getting in trouble in grade school for talking like the usual sit out to the hallway, sit on the cold floor, like. No, never.
He said, "Hell no."
Never.
Made me want to talk
Why
more.
you think I graduated from Pathways? I was at Aspire first. Shit, they would have kicked me out of there if I ain't switched. But honestly, I don't take pride in the high school me or the middle school me. I love those times though, and I would do anything to relive them. But people got to grow up every day, like all the time.
I mean, you learn
it's
from
a part
those
of
experiences.
Exactly, and honestly, it's always good to look back on. Like you'll always have those moments, and that's 100%.
Good. Because if you don't accept it, then you're just being toxic.
Honestly,
yourself.
and there are probably people who don't wish they relive those moments back in high school or middle school, whichever. But honestly, I didn't have the greatest experience with high school itself, like the school, but social life was definitely there for sure. Right. I mean, and I wouldn't say I tried my best in high school, but like all the way up into like 5th grade, bro, I was a scholar. Come on. Yeah. Like 6th grade hit, that's when like math started to like piss me off. Yeah, 6th grade hit and math started to like genuinely piss me off, and I was just like, nah, I'm good. And then, well, I didn't even think about college until I told you guys about that counselor at Pathway. She helped me out. And I really just found out, like, even if you are in high school, like, you could be a junior right now watching and, like, you never thought about college before, and you're like, oh, my grades have been dog shit since I started school or whatever. Your GPA really doesn't matter, especially when you're going to a school like Lakeland. Mm-hmm. Now, when you get to Lakeland, that's when your grades will start to matter a little more, but, like, that's the whole part of college, like growing into an adult, and then like being like college is more independent than high school, and that's where it shows you. Like,
well, you got to be receptive to the change as well as a person,
and that's the whole the whole point of it. I feel like is they're showing you like, hey, there are gonna be bigger changes in life than this. Be ready, because like even like switching from high school to Lakeland, because I took a gap year or two. I can't even really remember, but. I took it, like, when I went to Lakeland, it was definitely a whole different breed of, like, damn, I'm back in school. But, like, this isn't high school. Like, everyone wants to be here, which I mean, right now during the middle of the semester, I mean, obviously people are like, ugh, but like, no one really, like, everyone wants to be there to an extent always. And that's what I really liked about college. Like, even after college, they kind of showed you with that little transition. Like, they've been doing it since you were in, like, 5th or 6th grade. Like, when you went from 8th grade to the high school to college, JUCO to university.
They're
it's
buttering you up.
Exactly. And then university to hopefully your career path, and
Right.
and hopefully that all built you up to be the person you are.
Yeah, no, it all comes down to the path that you take.
And honestly, I don't think you 100% need school. Like, if you're a person that's like, nah, I'm done, school's just not for me anymore, find what you want to do before that and then say quit school. But I always support getting a high school diploma.
Right.
Because nowadays that is, like, valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And even, maybe not even the high school diploma, like the GED now, because in Illinois those are, like, equal.
Yeah.
So, like,
whatever
just
you
one,
gotta get.
right, just do what you can to make yourself a little educated, or, like, look educated at least. Because that's why
you can bullshit your way through this world, but you can only bullshit your way
so far.
Right.
Exactly. And honestly, that's what my dad, my dad always used to tell me, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. And, like, when I was this junior in high school, failing all my classes, he'd tell me that all the time, and I'm just like, I wasn't really wrapping my mind around it. And then, like, I got to my senior year, and I was like, if you don't get this together, you're gonna have to repeat. Like, you're gonna be a super senior, that weirdo. Which I graduated. I can't remember. I think I was 19. 19, about to turn 20. I may have been 20 already. I'm not 100%. But I graduated then, and honestly, I'm not proud of it, but honestly, I feel like I needed that last extra 8 months in school just to, like, show me what I was missing out on in high school, but show me, like, hey, you're going to get your diploma. You worked for it. Right. It may have been a little later than everybody, but you also start trying later than everybody, so.
Right.
It shows that actions have consequences, and I mean,
that is a great lesson.
When I was,
I'm proud of you.
Honestly, though, like, you gotta learn within yourself. And when I was at Aspire, there are gonna be good teachers everywhere. Like, not even at a school. Like, you'll find good teachers everywhere. Like, Aspire had some influential teachers, like a couple of them for real. Like, they definitely influenced me with the college. Pathways 100% did. They were all about college. Even now, like, I'm about to renew my scholarships soon, and the Pathways lady, she's coming out of her way to help me out and fill those out, and I'm just like, okay. Like, I got some people who will back me up. Like, well, I'll take that, and especially coming from a school, like, that goes to show, like, there are some parts of schools that care. Especially around here, I feel like Effingham gets a lot of hate, but, like, I wouldn't give Effingham its love, personally. Like, I didn't finish at the high school, but, like, I got their diploma sitting on my desk. Like, how's that work? Yeah. I'm not sure, but I did it. And honestly, I loved high school. It was fun. But on to new and better things, because high school is not going to be my highlight, for sure. I mean, like I said, I liked it, but, like,
it's a page in the chapters.
Exactly. Flip that. Yeah, what's up?
50 minutes into it. Yeah, what's up?
So, I guess, where can the people find you? What are your socials? And, like, do you have any immediate things happening, like, tomorrow, this next week, that they can come and tap into? This will probably drop in, like, a week and a half.
Okay, yeah, that would be perfect, because I got some.
Next Friday.
I probably don't have anything coming up these next couple weeks, but March 26th, if y'all tune in at 3 at those websites I mentioned earlier, a99themax.com. Lakeland Baseball takes on Kaskaskia, and me and my boy Mason Larkin, who's actually probably the world's tallest sports broadcaster. Like, somebody's got to get in and measure that. Like, he hoops for Lakeland. Yeah. And he's probably 6'11", 7 foot.
Damn.
So, like, it's going to be... and we're cool as hell. So, like, I love him. And it'll be definitely something else, because he just got into the broadcasting. and he's got a super deep voice.
Yeah.
And it ain't even like that. It's more smooth deep.
Right.
But it's definitely gonna be fun to broadcast with him.
Hell yeah.
What
day did you say that was?
That was March 26th at 3 p.m. And then I'll have some games posted up on like Facebook and Snapchat, or not Snapchat, Instagram later on from like April and May, because I don't do many games in March. But my Instagram you can find.
We'll throw it in the description.
But yeah, you can say it too. Because we'll probably put the website in the description just to make sure. But it's always good to reiterate, like
right. Yeah, I got you. I was just trying to find. Yeah, okay. 1K.XL and then my name Gaige, all lowercase. Yeah, go follow that, and you can also find my sports page in the bio too. Go tap in with that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's still low on followers, but I'm super passionate about that. Like, is that I'm gonna be showing that like on a resume, hopefully. Like, even if I do grow followers or not, I put some decent reports on there. So
right.
Even if y'all don't follow, I'm still gonna do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right.
Got
right.
to.
Right.
Got to.
Right.
Just like even if no one watches our podcast,
and I know half y'all Instagrams be bots. Right.
Coming next week and the week after. And the week
Yes,
after.
Exactly. Consistency. Key.
Yep. We do appreciate you for coming on. It's
Oh
been a
yeah,
great
no,
conversation.
anytime for real though. It was definitely a good experience, and it had me excited for a while. So.
Right.
Hell yeah.
I'm so excited to do follow-ups with like all of our guests, because I feel like we're all gonna grow so much, and it's gonna be like once we come back with our OG guests, because this is 19 or 20, so this is within the first 20 podcasts, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
So
we're
I feel
definitely
a little
gonna have to
decent
have
with
you back.
being in the top 20 for sure.
Right.
Okay.
No,
Raw
you
as
did
fuck.
amazing. I felt like you had an advantage because this is what you do.
Oh,
you
yeah,
talk.
nah,
You
definitely
know?
more than like I've watched a few of them. I watched Brad Heat because I used to live across the street from him, and when I was probably like 15 at the time, so I always was like, Mr. Beast went to his house.
Right.
I was like, yeah. Everyone
It
knew about
is.
that, and I was like,
I mean,
hell yeah.
shit, we're still talking about it.
Right.
Right.
Like, and I mean,
Exactly.
I showed somebody at the college that probably like 4 months ago, just at a random one time. And then, what was I gonna say? I kind of lost my train of
So
thought
you
right
tapped
there.
into a pod to like get the vibe.
Oh yeah, I was watching the Colton Adam and the 45s when that one was decent because I know Colton and Dylan pretty well. And now, yeah,
They're cool.
seeing Dylan, like me and Dylan, we haven't been super close, but like he's seen me at B-Dubs since I've been working there, and like we've seen each other at parties when we were younger. Like I've always seen them around, and they're always definitely a set of cool guys for sure. And
Right.
it's decent that y'all
got
are
their
getting
own
like the
wave.
local scene for real, like the
Right.
creative guys around here.
That's
'cause
really what we want to do.
really those guys putting themselves out there is
Right.
really the ones who are really doing that shit.
Right.
And
And that's why
will
we were
be.
so excited to have you, because you're really passionate about something that we
Right,
haven't
and-
talked about, and we love that.
Right, and being passionate is one thing, but then like executing
Right,
with
actually following
execute
through.
with passion.
Everything, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta execute with passion, and then it'll all work out. Honestly, honestly, it's not all about making funds like you're a 5-star rapper dropping diamond albums. Like it's not all about money. It's really all about like finding what the real meaning of happiness is. Because I don't think anyone I know knows what the real meaning is yet.
Right.
Honestly, like,
well,
no
it's
one I
super
know.
rare. And
Right,
that's-
honestly though.
That's why I'm so excited to have these people back in 2 years, because they have that rare quality. I feel like the people we've had on
Right.
here, you like, and it's just shown. You know, it shows different when someone really.
Honestly, though.
consistency is a perfect way to put it. Someone that is so passionate that nothing can hold them back from being consistent.
No, yeah. To be honest, I think it's a good thing for Effingham because, like, even when I talk about Effingham, it's probably going to be 90% of the time negative.
Right.
But like when you're bringing on the local scene and showing everybody small town Effingham isn't just like small town Effingham anymore.
Right.
Like I think it's definitely a good thing for the town's publicity for sure.
Yeah.
Especially like on social media, because like nowadays you can only go so far, like with the newspaper or the radio or even like a website or like articles on a website. Like social
digital-
media,
the
exactly.
digital age.
Social media is connecting with everybody nowadays. Like even the older folks are using it. Like
Right.
I see it everywhere.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah. You got any last words for us?
No, honestly. Peace.
I gotta say, just keep pushing. If you're having a bad day, well, get the fuck up and make it better.
There you go.
Facts.
There you have it.
Facts.